Hey, hold on. Hi. I don't know what happened to the live. I have to do it again. Sorry. Hey, y'all. Excuse me for a second. I'm having some difficulties.
Me too. I can't remember my password.
Hold on. I don't know what happened here. All right, let's go. Hey, 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 how you doing today? I'm trying to fix this live on Instagram. It's not before I get started. Give me a second.
Cannot remember my password.
Hmm?
I cannot remember my password.
Hold on.
Staten Island.
Huh?
Maybe it's Staten Island.
All right. So it's not live. It's saying that it's live, but it's not. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. All right. All right. Let's try this one more time because we're trying to get started. Have some patience, everyone. Give me 1 second. Oh boy. And just when I thought everything was all good, we just went through a snag, just like that. Hmm? All right. So I'm not sure what is happening here, but okay, we live. Let's go. All right, welcome back to Let's Unpack That After Dark. You know who I am, Lala, of course. Today I have my co-hosts. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Go ahead, ladies first.
Okay, I'm Queen. I'm the owner of Tech Meats. I have a cannabis food and beverage business. I got stuff you can smoke, stuff you can drink, stuff you can eat, stuff you can put in your mouth and soak in. And I'm also a domestic violence advocate. I am part of a nonprofit organization called Sisters in Purple. Be on the lookout for us because we are making some serious changes in the justice system.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
dope.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Um, I'm Shamik, aka Shot of God. Y'all all know me, Jersey. Glad to be back.
All right. Now, y'all know we come through with the topics, things that we want to talk about today. I have some interesting topics to talk about. So let me put it up for you guys. So, why do people come to the table incomplete when trying to establish a relationship? Hmm. One to grow on. Something to think about? Come on. I want you to go first, Sha.
Oh, you want me to go? Oh, I mean, I think first of all, because somebody's gonna say nobody's complete, and we understand that part. But I think to phrase it a little different to make people understand is why do people come? not really being prepared to be in a relationship, whether it's to give 100% to that relationship or be complete as a person and really know themselves. And I think a lot of it has to do with like insecurities, wanting a companion, whether you need emotional help, physical help, financial help. I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people just don't prepare themselves to share themselves with a person fully and embrace that person and let them share them. And sometimes that leads to a lot of problems when it comes to a relationship.
Okay. Hi, Queen. What you think?
I mean, because a lot of people are afraid to be alone. And just like what you said, when it comes to like insecurities, the term pick me, I feel people just be in relationships just for the sake of in your relationship. Just like, oh, I got a man or I got a girl, but neither one of y'all are happy with each other. Y'all just together just to say y'all together,
Right.
which is kind of sad. But
Yeah. So when we talk about incomplete, like I think that sometimes that can be such a broad statement. Like, what exactly does one mean when they say incomplete? Right? Like,
Yeah.
is it incomplete emotionally? Is it incomplete financially? Is it basically just not knowing what you want, being all over the place? Like, there's so many different ways you can have a conversation about being incomplete. So I think it depends on your preference, right?
Yeah.
So what preference do you have?
Preference do you have in terms of what? What do you mean?
Relationship. You know, if you was dating somebody and you would say that they were incomplete, what would drive you to have that conclusion of a person?
That's a good question. I think any one of the things that you mentioned makes you incomplete, because be complete, you have to have all of those things kind of together, or leave. And especially, you want to have an idea that you want to be in a relationship and what that really entails.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to pull your weight in a relationship,
Right. But
and
what when you say pull your weight, what do you mean? What are you referring to?
you have to be able to pull your weight emotionally, spiritually, financially, socially. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be able to pull your weight in all dynamics if you want the relationship to be successful. If you're lacking in any one of those categories, you're in trouble.
So
I remember when I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what
Oh,
would you say would be the end all? So what would you say would be something that you would feel like if a person doesn't have that, that would just be incomplete, considered incomplete to you for you?
to be honest, and not to duck the question, and understanding that they're lacking that. So if they can communicate what it is they're lacking, then we can work on it. So we can work that out. I think when there's a miscommunication in terms of what you really incomplete and you don't understand that you're incomplete in that area, that
Mhm.
would be the time where we have to walk away, because you're not, if you don't know, you can't fix it. So I think if you can acknowledge it and you can communicate it, then we can work on it together. That's part of being in a relationship, because honestly, nobody's totally complete, but together we can try to complete each other as long as we're aware of where we need work. A lot of people always come and talk about what they can bring, and they ignore the things that they're lacking. Therefore, those things exist for an extended period of time. People need to focus more on what they need to work on.
So that's interesting.
Let's
That's
unpack that.
Look, that's Lily. We can unpack that because you got me sitting here like, wait a minute, hold on, wait.
right,
No, but I'm serious. So if you came to me and said, "Listen, I have this, and this in order, but because of my last relationship, I have let's just say I have insecurity issues about the whereabouts of where you are." That's something we can discuss. So if
Hmm.
I'm really into you, maybe I give you my location on my phone to solve that insecurity until you become very aware that I'm here for you and you're here for me. So there are things you can work on. You might say financially I can only afford such and such. Well, I say, well, you know what, I can carry the rest of that weight, don't worry about it, we'll do it like this. As long as you're open and understanding what you're incomplete in, we can fix that. I think a lot of people have problems when they hide their insecurities. They hide the things they're not complete about. They don't communicate them, and they try to keep going with those things still existing, and they become a problem because they fester. And
Hmm.
then when they rear their head, it's over.
So basically, what you're saying is that it depending on what it is that you may feel to make a person incomplete when it comes to emotions and when it comes to how you're feeling and what it is that you want, you got to know what you want, right? So ultimately, as the individual, you have to know what incomplete means to you, right? You use an example of if someone is insecure, you have that conversation, or if someone's unable to financially meet certain things in a relationship, that should be a communication thing, right?
Yes.
But I think,
Yep.
but then you also have situations where people will enter a situation, right, and don't have any of those things, but that don't indicate that they don't have those things, right? Or
Yeah, that's a
people
problem.
be dishonest and say that they have certain things, but they don't, and then it becomes a situation where now everyone is, a person is feeling some kind of way because now we're in a relationship and you can't bring anything to the table.
Yep, that's a problem.
So wouldn't that? I mean,
Deal breaker. What's your deal breaker? I mean, I'm assuming would it be insecurities? That's the first thing that came to your mind. What's your deal breaker? Something that you're just not about to tolerate in any type of relationship.
That's a good question. I think it depends on the person and how much I'm into them. Um, I have a strong sense of empathy. So, depending on what it is that you're going through, if there's something that can be fixed, it can be fixed. If you're just completely insecure, so like I have a lot of female friends. If that's a problem for you, and you want me to cut all my female friends off and just be focused on you, that would be a deal breaker for a particular person. So, I mean, there's several deal breakers. It just depends on how vested I am in the situation. Deal breakers change based on your feelings and emotions. That's why I know you talked about domestic violence and domestic abuse. Some people are so in love they let things go so long because of how they feel. I think if you're strong enough, you can detach your emotions and use some common sense and walk away from certain situations. So it's going to depend a lot on how much time I have vested in and what that deal breaker is. But I have a ton of deal breakers. I don't have any one particular deal breaker. There's a lot of things that I just won't tolerate.
like, I know you
Uh,
feel like you're in the hot seat, but like,
no, 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 no. This is cool. I mean, we unpacking this. This is what this is about. So, like, I'm not gonna any dishonorable, lack of integrity, um, lack of communication is a huge one for me because I think communication solves a lot of issues. But
hmm
obviously cheating, I guess lying falls under communication. If you're not solid, then you're not solid, and that entails a lot of stuff. But that's a deal breaker because I'm solid. So I only surround myself with people that are solid. So if you're not solid, you can't communicate, and you're doing sneaky and devious stuff, and you don't feel like you can communicate with me, that's going
hmm
to be an indication to me that you don't care about me enough to share certain things, or you don't trust me, and that's another deal breaker. Because if you can't trust me, I can't trust you.
Okay, let's stop for a second. I see that on Instagram. Aunt said, I think another issue is people immediately jump into relationship just because I've learned in order to have something solid, you gotta establish some sort of friendship first before anything. What you think about that?
Me?
Yeah.
Um, I'm kind of missing. He said like two different things.
Right. Let's see. All right, and we're gonna have to unpack that different. So the first thing that you indicated was that you think that the issue is people immediately jump into relationship just because, right? Now we can unpack that. When you say just because, right? What do you mean by that? Because just because means I woke up today and I just feel like talking to somebody, right? Um, just because, I mean, and I think it speaks to something that Queen has said. Like sometimes people just don't want to be alone, right? So you get in situations and you jump into situations because you made your fear of being alone or your fear of being by yourself. However, that pretty much puts, it's hard because when you're jumping into something and you're not focused or you're not paying attention, then you are going to find things that are incomplete, right? But I don't think I necessarily agree with you have to have some sort of friendship, right? Because getting to know somebody, right, is a process, right? And it also means what you ultimately define as a friend, what friendship is.
That's interesting because I kind of halfway agree with them. I think people jump to relationships too fast with people they don't really know, but you know your friends. So establishing some semblance of friendship and taking your time and getting to know that person will help.
But do you really know your friends? Because we can be friends for 20 years and something will happen and a ball will get dropped and then you find out, right? We often have friends that we also have friends that we consider our day one, right? That show us that they really not our friends later on down the line. Something happened, they're not happy for us. They rather drama. They only want to talk to us when we're going through things. They don't want to deal with us or celebrate us when it needs to be when we need to be celebrated. So I don't know because day ones, the day twos is way closer than the day ones.
Right.
Right. So when we talk about friendship, I mean, ultimately, you grow up with somebody and you know them and you think you know them and y'all grow up, y'all been friends since you was like 12 and now you 40 and you know this person and we've been down forever. And now something happens and I'm seeing another side of you, right? Or I'm seeing that you're not empathetic or you don't have my back or you don't have my best interest of heart, then that means that the friendship is out.
I
So
think
I
people.
want to,
Good.
sorry, y'all, I want to say
Wait,
something about the.
you gotta introduce yourself, baby girl.
Hi, everybody, it's me. It's Tamika. Hi,
Shout out to my
Queen.
Hey, beautiful.
Hi, my Lala. Hi, Sha. So I wanted to make a comment about the
No,
statement
hold on,
of
hold on, hold on, hold on. Do that over. You have
Hi,
wild
Sha.
enthusiasm. Thank you. Hey, how you doing? All right.
Hi, Sha.
Go ahead, Mika.
So the part about jumping into people just jumping into relationships, I do feel that people that jump into relationships are incomplete when it comes to like emotionally incomplete. They feel that they have to some people because I personally feel incomplete falls into a lot of categories. Some people are emotionally incomplete. They jump into a relationship because they feel they can't live on their life without being with somebody. So they feel they're incomplete and they have to sit and be with somebody. I personally feel a person that jumps into a relationship so fast feels that they can't be by themselves or they need to be in a relationship. That's why I'm jumping in so fast, and they have trauma and there's the emotional damage that they're going to that they feel they have to have somebody with them. Sometimes there's a trauma thing, is a mental thing, and some people are just hoes and jump into relationships with people and don't care because
Wait, we gonna go back because did you say some people are just hoes?
and some people are just hoes.
Oh,
Some people could just some people again is a mental thing or narcissistic. Some people sit and say they in 7 relationships, and I speak from my grandfather who had 7 different families in 5 different countries. Like some people are just like that,
Papa really
but
pushing.
there's a lot of reasons why people jump into relationships, and
country
most of the
code.
time is an emotion thing. Is they emotionally damaged.
Right. But but I also think that sometimes people enter situations and relationships just free will, right? It doesn't always necessarily mean that they have trauma or they going through something. Some people just live their life freely and just go with the flow and take chances and go with faith, right? We all know someone who would say that they would jump into a relationship because God led them to that person, right? So
Right.
sometimes people will move off of whatever they faith is at the moment or what they feeling at the moment, right? Why are you laughing, Sha? Some
Nah,
people
nah,
just
nah.
move off of what they feeling at the moment and just go with the flow. So I do agree with sometimes people do jump into relationships because they don't want to be by themselves, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes there's a void, right? Because you know what the best saying is, right? You know the best way to get over somebody is to get under
Mm-hmm.
another person. But I'm just saying
Right.
it's not something that you have to do, but that's something that transpires. That's something that happens.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I feel the coming in when somebody comes to the table incomplete. There's a lot of things that they could come like incomplete falls in a lot of categories. Emotionally incomplete, financially incomplete. Like if you know you can't afford, and I'm just saying, if you meet somebody and you know this woman is a very or man, because it goes both ways. This man or woman is very high class and has high standards, and you're gonna come in that relationship incomplete because you know you can't live up to her standards as what it is that she expects for somebody. So that will be some type of a financial incomplete. If you know you're getting with this girl, she likes to get pretty and she likes all of the finance and the fine stuff, and you know you can't afford it, but you're trying to come bring yourself to that table. You're financially incomplete for that relationship.
And you just set yourself up.
You set yourself up.
So wait, so I'm gonna read what Aunt said, and then I'm gonna let Queen take the floor because I think she got something to say. So he said, guys are players as well. I could say hi one day and be interested in a girl, but days later, another two or three guys are trying to smack the same female.
Smash
Stupid, but
probably.
stupid, but that's a reason someone might rush, huh? So,
Competition.
I
He's
think
saying
he's
he's
trying
saying
to
if you're
say,
going
yeah.
after a female and there's like five of the dudes going after her, you have to rush the process so she can choose you.
but that's life. That's not just a female male thing. People, this competition is always out there.
Hmm.
Like men is like bus stops. Like there's one at every corner. I'm just saying,
Yeah, they never seen Happy Feet. How all the penguins gotta sing to that one girl. She gotta pick who sings the best.
That's
That's
crazy.
big. The
That's crazy. That's a horrible analogy.
She had like seven different penguins singing
I
to her
know.
because they
I know.
wanted the poom,
I
How
love
that
that
and she
movie.
had
movie
to
is
pick the
Jesus?
one she wanted.
I love that movie, but that's a horrible analogy. You just call us
No,
all
but
penguins,
no.
yo. That's crazy.
We know that.
I think seriously, like I think that a lot of times
Hmm.
when you're worried about competition or worry about somebody else, that has to do with your own insecurities within yourself. If you're sure about yourself, you could care less how many other women or men are trying to holler at a person. If you're sure within yourself and what you want, right? Because most people
Hmm.
want something, you go and you get it, right? So, that my opinion, that statement, it speaks to how you may feel about yourself. Because a person can go to the store and meet somebody. Somebody can walk down the street and meet somebody else. You could go around a corner and sit in your car and meet somebody. So it doesn't matter how many people is trying to holler. That doesn't I don't agree with that making giving you a reason to say, you know what, I'm gonna jump into this relationship because I know that you got other people wanting you, right? Because even in a relationship, other people are still gonna want you,
Hmm.
right? All right, Queen, come on, what you got?
I just want to talk about that point for a second. I feel like that's kind of like a cop out. Just because so many people after you, that's the reason why you got to get with them. That creates a dangerous situation because that just means straight off the riff, you are jealous of any person that's going to be around her. So I would honestly fall back from someone like that. If you're trying to push up on me just because you see competition, that should make you want to step your cookies up better. That should make you want to get your life together if you're trying to come to talk to me because you see other people are doing it. And that would really make me not want to really look at you real sideways like, nah, I'm good. Because I'm
Right,
thirsty for it. And that just means that's to me, that's a red flag automatically
Hmm.
because that means that if things do go south with us, you might turn to a stalker because then it's going to be if I can't have you, nobody else can,
right,
and that's like a dates dangerous situation. That goes both ways, even when men with women and women and men. You know,
Hmm.
the jealousy is a real. That's real. That causes people to have mental breakdowns, go crazy, do some real dangerous and stupid shit. And
Hmm.
you now you behind bars, and now you regretting that decision because you was thinking with your dick and not with your head.
Mm.
Damn.
I
Hmm.
sent the link for Anthony. Hold on. Look who's joining.
Yo. Can you see me?
Can you introduce yourself because it's real black?
I'm trying. I don't know if y'all can see me. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bill the Billionaire, comedian
Yer.
extraordinaire. Mr. Save This, but God knows my heart. And I just felt like I wanted to come in here and jump on in this conversation with y'all in here. But I'm here. Let's unpack a lot of this.
And
All right, back to Queen.
um so yeah, I my thing is insecurities. You're trying to come in a relationship with me, the only main thing that I require you to be emotionally because it's not my responsibility to teach you how to regulate your emotions. That's what a therapist and your mom is for. That's I don't
Mm.
therapist out there sit here and tell explain to me, oh, you're this way because this is what my childhood was like. You're an adult of your mental health. That's not my job.
So
Okay.
you want them to come to you perfect?
No, just emotionally intelligent.
Are you not willing to help somebody through like in a relationship, somebody you with to get to that level?
No.
Okay,
I
that's good.
that with the nice and no thanks. I'm nobody's therapist. I mean, I can help you get go talk to somebody. Like if you need a referral to a therapist, you know, but
He out
If
here
you
looking
need a
for
referral
you
referral.
for
know,
services,
If you need a referral, I got you.
or black girls talk, black girls room. I need you in that path, but as far as leading you to, because in my experience dealing with narcissists and being an empath or someone who can really on somebody's feelings and pick up on their emotions and things like that. You're not about to drag me down and drain me spiritually and emotionally because you ain't got your mind together.
But what if, but what if you can be that person to lift that person up, like to get them out of that thing? Like,
Been
you
there,
know, it's like, because I've seen certain situations, like, like I said, I feel like it depends on how invested you are in this person. Because if it's somebody that I know, okay, you know, people go through, life happens, you know, it is what it is. But if it's somebody that I'm willing to take it to this level, I should be able to be there to lift you up. Now, I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to do this forever, and I'm not signing up to be your therapist, but there's some things that I feel like, you know, you can help somebody that you're in a relationship. Because what happens if you're in that relationship with whatever person, and then they fall into that mode? So now when they fall into that mode, you pretty much saying, look, you better go talk to somebody because I ain't here to help you up to lift you up, or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because life happens. People fall into different emotions and all that kind of stuff, and whatever it is. So that's why I'm asking, what's your investment willing to get to help somebody? That's what I was saying, like that.
like, well, you know my situation, how my dating and my relationship. So those who don't know, I am so I don't
So you'd be
You
like,
what?
yo, you know something? I can't deal with you today, baby. Let me tell you what this nigga over here doing. And now, nigga, like, is that what you at?
How you talking
know.
about you ain't talking about relationships and you got 13 of them at the same time?
Yo,
Oh,
she gonna
ooh.
go. Do you know he had the nerve to get ahead and try to go get some other
Yeah.
pussy? Like what?
No. Um, like I said, go back to everything is a conversation, you know. And in the
Got
beginning
you.
is of like up front. I'm gonna tell you what I really feel, what level.
you going in and out.
Somebody has to mute. I have to mute everybody, Lala, while she talks.
Not a but what was I saying? Oh,
Hey,
so
somebody's
you know,
breathing.
requires a conversation. So when getting into a relationship or even a talking stage with me, I'm gonna let you up front what I'm going, what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate, and some things you know, so great, you know, we'll cross that bridge. When we get to. But emotional intelligence and those are conversations I have straight from the gate because it's mental health. I believe if you need to talk to somebody, you can go talk to somebody. There's such a stigma around, especially where in our community, about going to speak to a therapist. Once you bring up, oh, you need therapy, everyone thinks I'm not crazy, but that's not what therapy is. Therapy is literally you having a conversation with somebody who has an unbiased opinion. They don't know you from a hole in the wall, so they can see the outside of what you can't. And everyone needs that. But when it's a relationship, like I'm saying, me personally, I'm willing to be that therapist. To an extent I can be, but if you're trying to unpack your childhood traumas and unload all these things on me, I'm not doing that. That's
The
that's
only time you're
that's
crazy is when you go to a therapist and they send you to a psychiatrist. That's how you know you're crazy.
Well, I think that when it comes to like people having issues and going to a therapist, a lot of times it's within, right? A lot of people don't
Hmm.
understand what it is that they can gain and learn when it comes to getting their own help to deal with their own issues and their own trauma, right?
Hmm.
A lot of people feel like, I mean, because really the reality is this, right? I can have a conversation with my homegirls about anything I'm going through, and they may say something very similar to what a therapist is going to tell me, but it comes out different because that person doesn't know me and there's no biases,
hmm
right?
Hmm.
And the therapist's responsibility is to be able to get you to understand your trauma and you pull it out and is able to explain where it comes from and not being told what it is. So when we have conversations with our friends, our family, they tell us what they think, right? They tell us what they think we're going through. They tell us how we're handling it. So that's just how we're aligned, right? We're aligned to have conversations and say, well, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, and you get other people's opinion. But sometimes no, we don't listen to other people's opinion. right? You have your
What
own.
happens if we got the same answer as the therapist? Do you come back and tell that person you know something you was right?
No.
You said no. I mean,
Why not?
because think about it. I think when you have real conversations, we talk about real conversations, like real talk.
Yeah, I'm talking about real conversations.
Right. So if you have real conversations and it's real talk, then what's being conveyed and what's being said, if it's real, then it is going to be similar. And you can say, you know what? Because oftentimes, if you go to therapy and your therapist says something to you, and you have that aha moment, it's almost like when you have children and you tell your children what not to do, and then Aunt Sally could say the same thing, and they'll say, you know what Aunt Sally said, and then I'd be like, I already said that. So it's the same thing, but it's just delivered different, right? The process of therapy and how you are able to unpack your own trauma is a little different because you have to be the one to understand why you're behaving in the way that you're behaving or why you're choosing to deal with the people that you're choosing based on what you've experienced in your life and based on your own trauma.
And I'm just gonna say, so basically, you're not gonna come back and tell me I was right. But
No, I
besides all
would,
that,
I would, I would
no, no,
definitely.
listen, no. You already said what you said. Because let me land now. Because at the same time, it's everybody receives things differently. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in
Mhm.
situations that um, you know, my man might come and say something. He might be yelling like, "Yo, you need to do this. You need to do that." Da 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 da. Da. But then somebody else might come with a softer tone saying the same thing, and I'm like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's like the whole communicating factor, knowing how to communicate with certain people. How I can talk to you a certain way that I can't talk to Tamika a certain way. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that it's just how do you give it or receive it. But I know your selfish ass won't come back and say, "Yo, Bill, you know something, you was right," and all that. But it's cool.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't have no problem. I have no problem saying what it is if I'm wrong. Or somebody told me something, I can say, somebody else said the same. My therapist said the same thing. I have no problem doing that. That's not an issue for me. I think that a lot of times it's perception as well, right? Because how you perceive what somebody is saying to you and also try to understand what somebody is saying to you is two different things.
As
It's a
soon as you black
perception.
women have an issue with us, y'all try to send us to therapy.
Did you
Pretty
just say black women like all black?
Oh,
What you say?
yeah.
Say that
It's
Black
about
women.
to go down.
It's
yep.
and don't try to pin down. Stay there with me. Hold me down.
again? Wait, hold on.
Everybody thinks people
Hold
need
on.
therapy. Everybody
Because
thinks people
when
need
you finish,
therapy.
you're gonna let
Everybody,
Ant come up to say what he needs to say. But go ahead. I'm listening
every,
because you ready
everybody
for
doesn't.
it.
Everybody doesn't need therapy. Therapy isn't the answer for everything else. Sometimes we can just communicate and be there for somebody. You don't. You can't send all your problems to a therapist. Yo. What's like? Let's be honest. I don't think the majority of people even go to therapy. And the people will say, well, yeah, they probably need it, but like sometimes people just need love and communication. Everybody has issues. Nobody's out here walking around without any kind of trauma. Something's happened to everybody.
And that's why everybody needs a therapist.
Oh my God.
Hold on. First of all, let me unpack that
We
for a
changing her
second.
name from
Hold
Queen
on.
to Alpha Male. She sound like the boss and everything.
Well,
Nah.
we already know Queen turns into the alpha.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I'm leaving it for that
Um,
topic. We're not talking about that.
That's
no, I'm just saying
what
Hold
about
on.
that
Let
that's
me
a different
let,
story.
let, me-
But
let me land. Let me land now.
you didn't even take off yet.
All these
You just take
I'm
off
about
when
to
you
Tuskegee
done.
take
Air
off.
women, yo.
I'm about to take off because
I was about to be on your side, but go ahead, take off and land.
let's be clear, right? Not everybody is receptive to therapy. That is correct, right? Not everybody has the ability to go to a therapist and be honest about who they are, what they're going through, what they do, to even get to be able to even get an understanding of why things are the way they are, right? Most people, most black people, right, are not receptive because they feel like it's a stigma or they're crazy or they don't know what it is. But what they don't understand is a lot of times there are behaviors and things ways that you are that you have to be able to understand yourself in order for you to move forward, right? Does it always work? No. Does everyone go to a therapist and can adapt to that particular therapist and change or understand who they are? No. Sometimes it takes that one person that can teach them and tell them things. That's why you have people that don't go to therapy, but they go speak to the pastor, right? They go to church. The person and the priest will tell them something that they may understand, right? Or may not. But what it is that you have to be able to and be willing to be real with yourself and talk about what it is that you're going through and deal with it however way you can deal with it. And if therapy is not for you, that's fine. But how do you change the behavior that those behaviors are affecting your everyday life?
And necessarily doesn't have to be therapy. You could just confide in somebody else.
Yeah, going to talk to somebody who does not personally know you. That's basically what it is. You're going to talk to somebody with the unbiased opinion. They don't know you from a hole in
And
the
you
wall
paying them.
And
situation.
you paying them. Oh my God.
But no, but you're right. What I'm saying is that you're right. I agree with you, Shao, when you say that not everybody wants to go to therapy, and it may not work for everyone. Again, it could be that day two person that you meet that you can confide in, that can really make you feel good or make you understand what it is you're going through, and that's free, right? Um, I'm gonna let Ant speak because I think he wants to clarify his statement about jumping into relationship quick. You got the floor, Ant.
Well, first off, thank you for inviting me to the show. I appreciate it.
All right,
Um,
welcome,
yeah, no.
welcome.
To just clarify exactly the very first statement. So, I've been in relationships where I thought the girl looked good. I thought we would go together, and I thought, hey, why not? Obviously give it a try. Obviously, she was beautiful, but she was brain dead. Like she was an absolute moron. Like I want to be able to, hold conversations.
Wait,
Talk about different things.
wait, stop. We gotta unpack that for a second. You said I
I've
didn't
I have met females
what
where
I'm hearing you say is she was beautiful,
What I'm hearing
she
you
was
say
gorgeous,
is,
but
yeah,
she was brain
she was stupid.
dead.
She was absolutely stupid.
So what made
so
her
we just
stupid?
so we just gonna say stupid, just like okay, just stupid.
It
Okay.
was no, it was to the point where she thought 1 + 1 was 4. Like
Nah,
obviously,
nah,
just using that
nah,
as like an example.
nah, nah, not
If you
that
can't
stupid.
hold down a conversation, at least
Nah.
with myself, your looks mean nothing to me.
But you
They
still
don't mean anything
smash
to me.
though, so cut it out. You still smash her dumb ass.
I never
All
said I
right,
didn't.
so I
Wait,
know. So you
I
still
never said I
so
didn't.
yeah, look, you part dummy
wait.
too.
Sharice said, what race do you date? Just curious.
Huh?
She said,
You heard what
what
She
race
said,
do
"What
you
race do
date?
you?"
Just curious.
Was she the dumb one?
Yeah.
She was Colombian.
Okay, so anyway, so here's my question. She was beautiful, drop dead gorgeous, but
Yeah,
dumb, brain dead, but you still smashed. Why?
because she was good looking. But
Okay.
it went nowhere.
So what I'm hearing you say is
The
that it
sex
doesn't
was
matter
great. It
if
was.
you have a brain or not. It's just what you wanted to do in
In
that
bed,
moment.
she didn't have to do nothing. And he was like,
Thank
"All
you.
right, it feels good."
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you, Bill. Yes.
Okay.
And never mind. I'm not gonna.
So you can't so in hindsight, you can't complain about people rushing into relationship and then because they don't want to be by themselves. If you smashing anybody just because they look good.
But
yeah,
what else?
yes you can. That's not a relationship.
Why does smashing have to be?
That's
I
what
mean,
you
a major
just
part of
said.
it. I mean, she's
I'm
still
repeating what you just said.
just because I got the cookie still does not sit there and mean that I'm having a good solid relationship with her.
Okay.
Got the cookies is crazy.
What was was your
All
intention?
right, let me
Help me out here. Shy, come on, help me out here.
No, I
you
agree
can't
with you.
help
Can you sit
nobody.
there and smash a
I agree with
person?
you. I
You
agree with you.
can't
Huh?
help you.
Jumping into a sexual interaction doesn't mean he's jumping in a relationship. He's established there's not going to be one, but having a physical thing is metaphysical. So we gonna smash if we have the opportunity.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's
But
not jumping in a relationship though.
no, when
No,
I'm
no,
doing
no, no. But I was
Right.
trying to establish. What I'm saying is, I was trying to establish a relationship. The only good thing about it was the sex. That was it. Like we wasn't going anywhere else.
okay, so
Yeah, I
did you
was
have
saying,
a conversation and find out she was dumb before you smashed, or you smashed first and then you wanted to find out have a conversation with her?
Oh
Well,
man.
what would be the difference? No,
She's still
I'm just asking. What would be the difference?
You said you were trying to establish something with her, and then you realized that she was dumb. So the
Yeah,
question is,
yeah, we slept together on day 3.
okay,
so on day one, you ain't know she was dumb. You ain't know it's day 3.
yo,
Well, when we
Yeah,
sat
she
there, we
was
started
dumb. Her
talking. No, no,
butt was
it was
dumb.
after day 3 when
I'd
we
had some
happened. Like
dog.
we had like
I
an
have a
actual
question.
date.
I have a question. So, what made you know that what did she say or do or not do that made you know she was dumb?
When she
One
sat
plus
there
one
and
is
thought,
four.
Hitler was a poet.
What?
What?
Exactly.
What?
What did you met her at
Exactly.
one of your stores or something?
Yeah, I'm done.
Wait,
No, not Hitler was a poet.
She
Nah.
thought
hold
Adolf
on.
Hitler was a poet.
I want to read something. It says,
Whose
it
man's is
says,
this?
it says, from, from my mama. It says sometimes people will not tell you you are wrong, and your behavior may need to change for a different outcome. That's a fact. But yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. So from that experience, what do you do different so that you don't have to, after 3 days realize that the person is brain dead?
You asked her SAT scores.
I would say, shut up.
Oh my god.
I would say, for instance, I mean, probably just take her out, well, probably like the first time around, instead of just trying to get into her pants years ago. And then obviously just start the conversation like myself to find out like what's good and bad before obviously moving forward. I'll probably get, I'm not going to get everything I need, but I'll get a good foundation to see if I want to move forward or not.
Okay.
Aunt knew that chick was a bird. He just wanted to
Right,
smash her. That's
exactly.
it.
So I have a question.
Mika, she
So
was beautiful.
I want to go back to the incomplete part, right? So you feel like she was incomplete because she wasn't smart?
No, I felt she was incomplete because she couldn't hold a conversation.
But is that because
Okay,
you?
so wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. So was there a language barrier there with you and her, being that she was from Colombia?
I mean, there was, but she understood like me, and I did understand like enough of her. Like it wasn't like I needed a translator or anything like
No,
that at all.
no, no, you're laughing, but I'm asking a question, right? Because sometimes in different cultures, your
Mm-hmm.
conversation and your communication is going to be different, right? So
I agree with you.
you might have thought that she was brain dead because culturally she's not on the same level as you. Who, if she's from Colombia, how do you know she went to class and paid attention to who Hitler was?
I'm trying to say.
Well, again, that was my fault. I should have been trying to find out more about her instead of trying to get in her pants like those first 2 days.
So
You
basically,
can
you
do
judged
both.
her because she didn't pay attention in history.
Say that again.
You mad because she didn't pay attention to history?
Right,
That
you judged her
she
because she didn't pay attention in history.
he was done at Hitler, yo.
She took.
Lala,
He said,
not
what
paying
Hitler
attention
wrote
in
what?
history.
He
Lala,
What?
said,
not paying
Papi, let me
attention in
tell you
history.
something, Papi. Hitler wrote a base poem.
No,
The
I'm just
poem I know.
what I'm
Oh my
saying is
God.
that when you choose, and this is a whole nother topic, but what I'm saying is that when you choose to date outside of your own culture, you have to understand that everybody does not understand your culture. So you basically saying that she's stupid because she didn't know who Hitler was, but who's to say that that's something that she learned, right? Who's to
Again,
say
you're right. This is
who's
something
to
I
say
should
that
have
whatever
learned more
school she
about.
went to, that was part of the curriculum? I don't know. I'm just saying that when we talk about being incomplete, right? And we talk about understanding people and learning people and communicating. And after 3 days, we smashing them, and then we want to have a conversation. There's certain things that you may not get to know.
But she know Pablo Escobar is okay,
But
though. So,
but no. This is what I mean though. Is like I should have did more research. I should have talked to her more. Obviously hang out whatever. Obviously, the first opportunity she gave me to go to her house, I took it. I'm not stupid. But I mean, obviously, I should have talked to her in a manner where I was trying to learn who she was. So obviously, part my fault. But when that Hitler shit, like no, that just did it.
Don't make them make you feel guilty about having consensual sex with a Colombian woman, yo. Don't let them do that.
Listen, no,
Don't let them do that. They trying to make you feel guilty for having
There's no, there's
don't
no
let her
judgment
bully you,
here.
brother man.
There's
consensual
no,
sex
Shy.
with an illegal alien.
hold on. There's no judgment here, right? But what I
Yeah.
will say is that sometimes when
What
we
she
make
say, but
decisions and we are in this world of dating and we're meeting people and we're getting to know people, right? Sometimes we got to check ourselves and how we judge people and treat them in ways because we feel like they should know certain things that they may not know, right? Um, you felt comfortable enough to lay with the girl, so she wasn't that much of a bad person, right? But you felt like because she didn't know who somebody was, she was just brain dead, right? But again, she didn't grow up in the same culture you did. She might have grew up in Colombia and not the United States. So maybe there's some things that she just didn't learn. But I'm just saying, for the purpose of understanding that when you're meeting someone and you're entering into a situation, then you got to know that everybody's not going to understand or do the things that you do. And there are going to be some incompleteness. There are going to be some people who don't have it together that may need time to get it together. There are going to be some people that emotionally needs to talk to somebody. There are going to be people that don't have the financial means to assist you and be in the situation. And sometimes they're not honest about whether or not They should tell you that because they don't want to deter you from dealing with them, right? Because if I didn't know who Hitler was, you ain't gonna talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
No. For no.
You
See,
better
I
unpack
would
that.
respect you if you didn't know who Hitler was. There's the difference. If you said, "Hey, Ann, I don't know who that is," okay, cool. But if you're gonna tell me he's a poet, I
Well, maybe
mean,
you thought she was talking about
Nope,
she
don't
said
help her.
Adolf
Don't help
Hitler.
her.
Like there's no other person. No,
She
no.
said the poet formerly known as.
Here's the
maybe she thought she was
No,
talking
I'll
about.
respect you more if you tell me you don't know something versus you making something up.
I mean, and that's fair. That's fair. I mean,
If
thank you for
this
that.
but
I
no,
appreciate your feedback and you being able to come on and clarify. We appreciate you with that, and we want you to understand that some things you can learn from. Let's unpack that, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I agree. That's why I said for me personally.
You can do things differently so that you can have a better outcome, and it'll be a greater outcome, right? And not just
Nah, the outcome was great. He got the cheeks. That's what he wanted.
GTD got the
Get
draws,
them draws.
you got the drawers and you still by your goddamn self.
Oh
doesn't
shoot.
matter.
Oh, well,
See,
first off, that's my
see,
choice.
see,
Okay,
Mm.
I
exactly.
Give him
heard
them
you,
bars. Give him
heard
them
you.
bars.
I'm
That
just
is
You,
by
you know why?
choice.
Another reason why a lot of people jump in relationships is because society thinks that you're incomplete if you're not in one, and some of the most complete people are single, and
uh,
people still don't get that.
that's deep. Let's unpack that. Say that again.
Society thinks that you're incomplete if you're not in a relationship, but the most complete people oftentimes aren't in a relationship, and some of them are doing exactly whatever they want to do.
Hmm.
Because I think sometimes people are in relationships out of desperation, and people that aren't in a relationship aren't desperate, and a lot of them understand their value, so they just don't dive into a relationship to say they're in one.
Somebody said, "Who said Hitler didn't write a poem?"
Facts. Oh my
Yeah, like
God.
if this
I
happened,
mean,
and
that's what
if this
George
happened recently,
was
and you were
though.
talking to that woman about Hitler during Black History Month, I blame you because that's not even part of our culture. That's
But
crazy.
no, so let's go back to that. I do understand I do think that, which is when you speak on that, right, with people, I agree. I do think that, it's accurate what you're saying, right? People want to be, some people are single and are complete within themselves. They feel that they're complete and they're looking for someone and to match them. And if they don't find that person, then they be single by choice, which means that they're not willing to jump into a relationship with anyone just for the sake of being in a relationship.
Right. And they're doing exactly what Ant is doing, which I have no problem with. Do your thing, Ant.
I don't have a problem with it either.
No judgment here. You,
Yeah, no judgment
I
here.
hope I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
so.
Listen,
Go
Don't
Puerto
let
Rico
them
and
bully you,
Dominican
Ant.
next time, though, yo.
I'm perfectly fine. Trust me.
Don't
listen,
let them bully you, Ant.
Queen. You could school them. You could tell them how what free will
Wait,
is.
wait. Why she gotta school me though? What happened to the no
I
judgment?
didn't say you.
Well,
I
learn
said
that.
them.
Don't have her violate Ant, please.
I didn't say him. I said them.
No,
I'm
no,
not gonna.
don't put me in that. Go ahead.
I agree with society. Yes, social media, even in media, everyone teaches, preaches couple goals. So of course, you got young women, even young men out there feeling like they ain't shit unless they got somebody with them. And I mean, I can't fall into that trap because nah, I'm good. I'm one of those people who I'm good by myself. I'm good. I'm emotionally intelligent to know how far to go with somebody, and I'm open and honest about communication. So I like this thing with like right now, relationship wise, I'm not that.
Okay.
I mean, I already have my life partner, so
Okay. That's what's up.
Life partner's cute.
that's cute.
That was cute.
You said life partner is cute.
Yeah, that was cute. That was
But
cute.
I mean,
Why is that cute?
I mean, life partner. That's cute. That you don't believe in marriage and all that stuff, right?
I do believe in marriage.
Oh, okay.
So
If
why is
you,
life partner cute?
that's a nice way of saying it instead of saying relationship or husband or wife or whatever. It's life partner.
No, because we're not together right now.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm
what?
Learn,
confused, but
learn,
go ahead.
I'm lost.
That's
okay.
her person.
Yes, that's my
That's
person.
her person.
Does
And
that person know it?
Yes, he does. I'm not delusional. I'm not one of these delusional bros. I ain't these pick me's out here. He knows exactly who he is.
Wasn't you just talking
Wait,
about
wait, but
stalking
he's
people?
your
You
life
sound like
partner,
a
but he's
stalker.
not with you.
No, we live in different places right now,
Oh.
All right, so
Like
now
different
while y'all
parts of
are
the
in different
world or
places,
different apartments?
in a different state.
but you have someone in your state.
I have a few in my state, but not a life.
Okay.
Not like my partner. I,
What?
that's who I'm settling with for, and doing raising empires and building kingdoms. Nah, that's not people who I'm dealing with on the regular. This person, someone I have like deep history with. We've already built the foundation of what a relationship is and how we want our relationship to grow. They're in a
So,
situation
Gotcha.
right now. I'm in a situation right now. So right now, the universe don't got us aligned. We'll be aligned.
Heard you.
So
I'm
that so
lost,
the
but all right.
main thing she's saying, and I'm gonna unpack it, is that communication is key, and they have communicated what they established in their relationship, and that's what it is. And it doesn't matter
That
what other people think or what other people say. That's just what it is.
that's not what I get from that. But if that's how you want to put it, that's
What?
fine.
He said, I guess if that's what you
Okay,
unpack.
Shaba, what did you get from that?
Sound like she got a life partner and she out here doing exactly what Ant was doing that you got mad at him for because she didn't know who Hitler was. That's what it sounded like to me. Sound like she out here getting busy while her man is in Alaska, but they gonna double back and get together when she finishes getting busy with the other
When that
people.
nigga when he done being getting cold, he
No,
want to
that's
warm
not
up.
what she said. What she said was they have an understanding. Okay,
Okay.
they have an
I,
understanding of the relationship.
Did you just
They
did you
have
just put on a different accent for
they
that?
have
That's what
yes.
I heard too. I looked
they
like,
have
who is that?
I was
communicated.
I look back like, hold up.
They have communicated how they want their relationship to be, and they have established their own boundaries that they don't have to explain to nobody. Okay,
Oh, well,
all right.
As long as he know you out here
So,
doing your thing, then that's not
so
my
in
business.
closing, we understand that everyone has their own opinion on how they're gonna move in their relationship. We understand
hmm
that everybody's definition of incomplete is different. We understand that sometimes communication can assist you with understanding why a person may be in the situation that they're in that you consider it to be incomplete. And that the moral of the story is that everyone should communicate to its fullest and be clear about what it is, what you want, what you got, what you don't got, what you're willing to do, and what you're willing to not, what you're willing to be a part of. Okay. I want to thank Queen for coming through to giving us all your knowledge.
For having
Definitely come back. Y'all need to go follow her and, participate and purchase some of her business. I got to thank billionaire Big Bill in the house, blessing us with his presence. Dre, thanks for coming up, but you said nothing.
I did say something. You kept
And,
cutting me off. What are you
and,
talking
and
about?
thank you for clarifying everything that you you needed to clarify because we definitely we didn't understand your comment. And next time I need you to write a little clearer. Okay. Miss Queen has at her Queen treats. Get with it because it's good because queens get the money, right? Um,
Oh my God!
Plus,
I
I have
knew it
to
couldn't
thank
go. I knew it couldn't
Mika,
go a
my
show
girl,
without saying.
for always coming through, no matter what time of day. It's always available. She's always on point. And Shada God, where would I be without you on this platform here, right? I want to thank everyone that came back to watch us again, and anyone new who's joining us for the first time, keep joining. Go to my YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe. And tune in next week where we're going to talk about some more topics and unpack it and unpack it, unpack it and land, right? And understand.
Absolutely.
All right. You guys be blessed and have a good one. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Peace out, guys. Shout out to Lala. Queens get the money.
Yo, don't say that.
I had
Yeah,
to.
don't
I
say
had
that.